Hello everyone. Welcome to my page again. Before I start the video, I want to thank everyone that's been subscribing to my page, that's been watching my videos. I'm glad because I'm almost reaching already 100,000 views on all my videos. All the videos together. I know it may not be a lot, but it's a lot to me. And I'm glad and I'm thankful and I'm really glad that you're all enjoying my videos, that you got the same hobbies as me, that you like to look at those diecast cars that will remind you of your childhood and remind you of your hobbies and your taste. Some of these cars are classics, like this one right here. It's a 143 scale Volkswagen 1600 TL. And this is a Brazilian model. What I mean by Brazilian, it was, as a lot of people know, Volkswagen had a big industry in Brazil. Brazil always been dominated, especially in the 70s and 80s, and even in the 90s. It always been dominated by Volkswagen, Fiat, and GM, Chevrolet. Those were the three big markets for Brazil. And this one was one of them back in the 70s. That was very important to the Brazilian market. This one was pulled out more or less. If you look at the model itself, it looks a lot like the Volkswagen 411. It gives you a bit of that looks, but it still has its own touch. Like the taillights, those taillights do not look like the Volkswagen 411. And it really stands out to my eyes. They're very attractive. It's a very attractive car. I've seen them in person because they were sold out in South America altogether. Even though their big market was Brazil, because Brazil is the most important car market in South America, but they still had them in some other countries. Not in big volumes, small volumes. You still probably see here one and there in other countries in South America. But I'm not sure in Brazil. I haven't been in Brazil in a long time. If they still have a few of these as classics, hopefully they do. Because these are very rare, especially that were never sold in Europe. But they are beautiful. The front, it reminds me a lot of the Volkswagen Brasilia. It was another Volkswagen that came out in the late 70s and 80s. Obviously, it came out after this, so it came out of this one. But this is, look at those Volkswagen hubcaps. I love those wheels. They are such a classic for Volkswagen. They had them in so many other models. The center hubcap, chrome hubcap, and then the round around it, it looks like a regular wheel. You can see the airflow vents right there. Everything is very detailed. They also have a station. It's like a two-door station wagon that it looks the same in the front as this one, but it has more of a 412 Volkswagen 412 look. But it's very similar to this one. It's just as a station wagon instead of a two-door. See the pipe right there. Everything is so detailed. I love that. I love that. It's such a well-made car. I'm so glad they make these type of cars that they were not sold in many countries, but for a few of us, it's a classic because we remember seeing them as a kid. And they were everywhere. I remember Brazil when I went once back in the late 80s and early 90s. You used to see them a lot. Not in huge numbers because this car's from the 70s, but you still see them a lot. You still see a few of them. This must be a good memory for any friend out there that grew up in Brazil and South America. Great memories. All right, guys, so I'm going to let it go around again so you can have a nice look at this car and enjoy it. All right, everyone. As I was looking also at the car as it was going around, I saw those turning signals by the bumper. Such a Volkswagen classic. Love it, love it. Such a cute car. Really well made, really detailed. Very, very cute. Again, let me know what you guys think about them. Have you ever drove one of these? Have you ever got lucky enough to see one of these in person? Do you collect 143 scales? Or what other scale do you collect? The 132, the 124, the 118? If you like the smaller ones, like the 164, the 172s, or the 187. I would love to hear your stories. Let me know. Stay in touch. It's always good to hear other people's comments. All right, everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.